Hear this clearly, my child. Slow down for a moment and truly listen, because this is not random. You did not come across these words by accident. There is a reason your eyes are reading this right now, a reason your heart feels something stirring deep within. I have been watching you, not from a distance, not with indifference, but closely, carefully, with a love that has never once wavered. I've seen the nights when your thoughts wouldn't let you rest. I have seen the quiet battles you fought without telling anyone, the moments when you smiled in front of others but felt completely drained inside. I was there in every second of it. And I need you to understand something right now. You were never alone, not even once. Even when it felt silent, even when it seemed like nothing was changing, I was working in ways you could not yet see. There were things being arranged, paths being cleared, and outcomes being prepared long before you ever realized it. The pressure you've been feeling, the weight on your chest, the confusion in your mind, it was not meant to break you. It was shaping you, strengthening you, preparing you for what is coming next. Because where you are right now is not the end of your story. It is the turning point. Something is shifting, something real, something powerful. You may not fully understand it yet, but deep inside, you can feel it. That quiet sense that things are about to change, that's not your imagination. That is me moving in your life. I know there were moments you questioned everything. You wondered if your prayers were heard, if your efforts mattered, if your future would ever look different than your past. But hear me now. Every single tear you held back, every silent prayer you whispered, every time you chose to keep going instead of giving up, it all mattered. None of it was wasted. I have been collecting every piece of your struggle, and I am turning it into something greater than you expected. The delays you faced were not denial. The closed doors were not rejection. They were protection. Because what I have for you cannot be rushed, cannot be forced, and cannot be taken away once it arrives. And now you are stepping into a moment that was specifically designed for you. This is your confirmation. This is your reminder. This is your wake-up call. You are not stuck. You are not forgotten. You are not behind in life. You are exactly where you need to be for what is about to unfold. But you must shift your mindset. You must stop seeing yourself through fear, doubt, and past pain. See yourself the way I see you. Stronger than you think, more capable than you realize, more prepared than you feel. There is a version of you that already exists beyond this moment, a version of you that has peace, clarity, confidence, and direction. And you are moving toward that version right now. Step by step, breath by breath, choice by choice. Do not let the noise around you distract you. Not everyone will understand your journey, and that's okay. Not everyone is meant to walk this next phase with you. Some people were only meant to be part of your past, not your future. Let them go without anger. Let them go without regret. Because what is ahead of you requires space, clarity, and focus. Protect your energy. Guard your thoughts. Choose what you allow into your mind. Because your thoughts are shaping your reality more than you realize. And the moment you begin to align your thinking with truth instead of fear, everything starts to change. Opportunities will appear. Clarity will come. Doors will open. Not because of luck, but because you are finally stepping into alignment with what was always meant for you. I am not asking you to be perfect. I am asking you to trust. Trust the process even when it feels slow. Trust the timing even when it feels delayed. Trust yourself even when doubt tries to speak louder. Because the truth is, you are closer than you think. Closer to your breakthrough, closer to your peace, closer to the life you've been hoping for. And this moment right here, this exact moment, is your turning point. So take a deep breath. Release the weight you've been carrying. Let go of the need to control everything, and simply move forward with faith, with confidence, and with the quiet knowing that something greater is already in motion. You are not starting over. You are stepping into what was always yours. And from this point forward, things will not be the same. And now, listen even closer, because what I am about to reveal to you goes deeper than what you've understood so far. You've already felt the shift begin, haven't you? That quiet but undeniable change inside you. The way certain things don't affect you like they used to. The way your mind is starting to see more clearly, even if your situation hasn't fully changed yet. That is not coincidence. That is transformation in progress. I am working within you before I fully reveal what I am doing around you. Because if I changed everything around you instantly, without strengthening you first, you would not be ready to hold what is coming. So I began with your mind. I began with your spirit. I began with your awareness. You may have noticed that your tolerance for negativity has decreased. The things you once accepted, you now question. The people who once had easy access to your energy now feel distant. That is not loss. That is alignment. I am removing what no longer matches who you are becoming. And yes, I know it has felt uncomfortable. Growth always does. Change always feels uncertain before it becomes clarity. But trust me in this. Nothing you are losing right now was meant to stay in your next chapter. I am not taking from you. I am making room for you. Making space for better connections, clearer opportunities, and a stronger version of yourself. You have spent so much time doubting whether you were enough, questioning your worth based on how others treated you. But their inability to see your value was never a reflection of your true worth. It was a reflection of their limited vision. You were not overlooked. You were set apart. You were not delayed. You were being prepared. And now you are stepping into a level of awareness where you will no longer beg for acceptance, no longer chase validation, no longer shrink yourself to fit into spaces you have outgrown. You are rising. Quietly, steadily, powerfully rising. And not everyone will understand this version of you. Some will misunderstand you. Some will question you. Some may even walk away. Let them. Because the ones meant for your future will recognize you without confusion, without resistance, without conditions. You are no longer meant to fight for a place in someone's life. You are meant to stand in your own truth and attract what aligns with it. Now listen carefully, because this part matters. The breakthrough you've been waiting for is not just something external. It is not just money, success, or opportunity. It is the moment you finally realize who you truly are and start living from that truth. That is the real shift. That is the real power. And once that happens, everything else begins to fall into place naturally. You don't chase anymore. Things start coming to you. You don't force anymore. Things start flowing to you. You don't overthink every step. You move with quiet confidence because something inside you knows you are being guided. That is where you are heading. But you must make a decision right now. A real decision. Not just words, but a true internal commitment. You must decide that you are done living in fear. Done listening to the voice that tells you you're not ready, not good enough, not capable. That voice is not yours. It never was. It was built from past experiences, from other people's opinions, from moments where you were made to feel small. But that is not your truth. Your truth is strength. Your truth is growth. Your truth is that you have survived things that should have broken you, and yet you are still here. Still standing. Still moving forward. That alone proves there is something powerful within you. Something unshakable. And now it's time to fully step into it. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for everything to make sense before you move. Clarity does not come before action. It comes through action. Take the step. Even if it's small. Even if you're unsure, because every step forward creates momentum. And momentum creates change. I am guiding you, but you must be willing to move. You must be willing to trust the process even when you can't see the full picture yet. Because the truth is, you were never meant to see the whole path. Only the next step. And right now, the next step is simple. Believe. Believe in yourself even when it feels difficult. Believe that things can change even if they haven't yet. Believe that your future can be different from your past. Because the moment you truly believe that, everything begins to shift. Your energy changes. Your decisions change. Your direction changes. And slowly, your reality begins to reflect that new belief. This is how transformation happens. Not overnight, but through consistent inner change that eventually shows up in your outer world. You are in that process right now. And I need you to stay with it. Do not give up halfway. Do not return to old patterns just because they feel familiar. Familiar does not mean right. Growth requires you to step into the unknown. And yes, it can feel uncomfortable. But on the other side of that discomfort is everything you've been asking for. Peace, stability, confidence, direction. It's all there, waiting for you to fully step into who you are becoming. So stand firm, stay focused, keep moving forward, and remember this, you are not alone in this journey. You never have been. Every step you take, I am with you. Every decision you make, I am guiding you. Even when you don't realize it, even when it feels silent, I am there. And I am leading you towards something greater than you can currently imagine. This is only the beginning. And now, stay with me, because this is where everything begins to come together in a way you may not have expected. You have already started to feel the distance between who you used to be and who you are becoming. That space in between can feel strange, almost uncomfortable at times, like you no longer belong to your old life, but you haven't fully stepped into the new one yet. That feeling, that in-between phase, is sacred. Do not rush through it. Do not try to escape it, because this is where your true transformation is being completed. I am refining you here. I am teaching you how to stand on your own, how to trust your inner voice, how to move with clarity instead of confusion. You are learning to let go without needing closure from others. You are learning to walk away without needing validation. You are learning to choose yourself without guilt. And that is power. Real power. The kind of power that cannot be taken from you because it was built within you. There was a time when you would have held on longer than you should have. A time when you would have ignored your own instincts just to keep peace with others. But not anymore. Something inside you has shifted permanently. You are beginning to see things for what they truly are, not what you hoped they would be. And that clarity, even if it hurts sometimes, is a gift. Because truth sets you free, even when it first feels uncomfortable. Listen carefully now, because this next part is important. The life you are stepping into requires a different version of you, a version that is more disciplined, more focused, more aware. You cannot carry old habits, old fears, and old mindsets into a new level of life. They will only slow you down. So when you feel things falling away, when you feel certain routines breaking, when you feel your mindset shifting, don't resist it. That is me preparing you. That is me upgrading you for what is ahead. You asked for growth. You asked for change. You asked for a better life. This is how it begins. Not always with comfort, but with transformation. And I know. There are still moments when doubt tries to return. Moments when you question if you are really on the right path. Moments when your mind tries to pull you back into old thinking patterns. But understand this clearly. Doubt is just a habit you are breaking. It is not your truth. Your truth is what you feel deep down when everything becomes quiet. That calm, steady knowing that you are moving in the right direction. That is me guiding you. Trust that feeling. Trust it even when your mind tries to argue against it, because your mind is still catching up to the change your spirit has already accepted. And now, something else is happening. Something even more powerful. You are starting to detach from outcomes. You are learning to put in effort without being controlled by the result. You are learning to move forward without needing immediate rewards. That is a higher level of thinking. That is where true freedom begins. Because when you are no longer controlled by fear of failure or obsession with results, you become unstoppable. You move differently. You think differently. You carry yourself with the quiet confidence that others can feel, even if they cannot explain it. And opportunities, they begin to notice you. Not because you are chasing them, but because your energy has changed. You are no longer desperate. You are no longer seeking approval. You are aligned. And alignment attracts what force never could. This is why I needed you to go through everything you've experienced. Not to hurt you, but to shape you into someone who can handle what is coming next. Because what is ahead of you is bigger than what you've known before. Greater responsibility, greater opportunity, greater impact. And you needed to become stronger, wiser, and more grounded to receive it. You are not the same person you were a few months ago. You have grown in ways you don't even fully recognize yet. And that growth, it's about to show in your reality. Slowly at first, small changes, new opportunities, different conversations. But pay attention, because those small shifts are leading to something much bigger. Do not ignore them. Do not doubt them. That is how it begins. And one more thing. Listen closely. You do not need to announce your growth to anyone. You do not need to prove anything to anyone. Your life will speak for itself. Your peace will speak for itself. Your results will speak for themselves. Stay focused. Stay grounded. Stay consistent. Because consistency is what turns small changes into major transformation. Keep showing up. Keep moving forward. Even on days when you don't feel motivated. Even on days when progress feels slow. Because progress is still happening, even when you cannot see it immediately. And I am with you in every step of this process. Guiding you, strengthening you, protecting you. You are not walking blindly. You are being led. And where you are being led is exactly where you are meant to be. So trust the process, trust the timing, and most importantly, trust yourself. Because you are closer now than you have ever been before. And now, take a deeper breath and stay fully present, because this is where a new level of understanding begins to unfold within you. You have already come so far, even if you haven't given yourself credit for it yet. The way you think has changed. The way you respond has changed. The way you see people, situations, and even yourself. It's all shifting. And that shift is not temporary. It is permanent. You are no longer the person who reacts instantly out of fear or emotion. You are becoming someone who observes, understands, and then chooses wisely. That is growth. That is maturity. That is transformation at its core. And I need you to recognize something important right now. The peace you are beginning to feel is not coming from your surroundings finally becoming perfect. It is coming from within you. It is coming from the fact that you are no longer allowing external chaos to control your internal state. That is strength. Real strength. The kind that cannot be shaken by opinions, circumstances, or temporary setbacks. You are learning to stand firm within yourself, regardless of what is happening around you. And as you continue to do this, you will notice something powerful. Situations that once overwhelmed you will no longer have the same effect. People who once drained your energy will no longer hold that power over you. Challenges that once felt impossible will now feel manageable. Not because life has become easier, but because you have become stronger. And this strength, it is preparing you for what is ahead. Because where you are going next requires stability. It requires clarity. It requires a version of you that does not collapse under pressure, but instead rises through it. And that is exactly who you are becoming. Now listen closely, because this is where many people lose their way. As you grow, as you evolve, as you step into a higher level of awareness, there will be moments when you feel alone. Not because you are truly alone, but because fewer people will understand you at this level. Your mindset will be different. Your priorities will be different. Your energy will be different. And not everyone will resonate with that. But do not let that make you question your path. Do not shrink yourself just to feel accepted again. You did not come this far to return to who you used to be. You are moving forward, and sometimes forward means walking a path that not everyone can walk with you. And that is okay. Because the right people, the ones aligned with your growth, your mindset, your purpose, they will come into your life naturally. You will not have to force it. You will not have to chase it. It will happen in a way that feels right, natural, and effortless. That is alignment. That is what happens when you stay true to yourself. And now, there is something else you must understand. Your patience is being tested, but not in the way you think. It is not about waiting passively for things to happen. It is about continuing to grow, continue to improve, continue to move forward even when the results are not immediately visible. That is real patience, the kind that builds discipline, the kind that builds character, the kind that separates those who succeed from those who give up too soon. And you are not someone who gives up anymore. You have already proven that. Every time you kept going despite feeling tired. Every time you chose to try again despite past failures. Every time you refused to stay stuck in the same place. You proved your strength. And that strength is what will carry you into your next chapter. But you must stay consistent. You must stay focused. Do not allow temporary emotions to distract you from long-term growth. Do not let one bad day convince you that nothing is working. Progress is not always visible day by day, but it is always happening when you remain committed. Trust that. Trust yourself. And trust the process you are in. Because everything you are experiencing right now, every lesson, every challenge, every moment of clarity, it is all building towards something greater, something more stable, something more fulfilling. And you are getting closer to it with every step you take, so keep going. Keep growing. Keep becoming. Because this journey is not just about reaching a destination. It is about becoming the person who is capable of sustaining it once you arrive. And you are already on that path. Stay steady. Stay grounded. And remember, you are exactly where you need to be right now. And now, this is where everything settles into its final truth. The moment where you no longer search, no longer question, no longer look outside for confirmation. Because you finally understand what has been unfolding within you all along. This is not just the end of a phase. This is the beginning of a completely new way of living, thinking, and being. You are not the same person who started this journey. That version of you, the one who doubted, who hesitated, who waited for permission, that version has already been left behind. What stands in its place now is someone stronger, calmer, more aware, and more certain than ever before. And this is not something temporary. This is not a phase that will fade. This is a foundation that has been built within you. Something real, something lasting. You have learned how to face uncertainty without losing yourself. You have learned how to stand alone without feeling empty. You have learned how to trust your path even when it was not fully clear. And because of that, you are ready. Ready for the next level of your life. Ready for the opportunities that are about to present themselves. Ready for the responsibility that comes with growth. Because growth is not just about receiving more, it is about becoming more. And you have done that. Step by step, moment by moment, you have transformed. Now understand this clearly. The life you are stepping into will reflect the person you have become. Not the person you used to be. Not the fears you once carried. Not the doubts that once held you back. Those things no longer define you. They no longer have control over you. You are operating from a different level now. A level of awareness where you no longer react blindly, where you no longer allow emotions to control your decisions, where you no longer seek approval to move forward. You move with intention. You move with clarity. You move with quiet confidence. And that changes everything. Because when you change internally, your entire external reality begins to shift. The way people respond to you changes. The opportunities that come your way change. The direction your life takes changes. Not because of luck, but because you are no longer the same person making the same choices. You have elevated, and now your life is beginning to match that elevation. But as you step forward, remember this. Stay grounded. Do not let success change your values. Do not let progress make you forget the lessons that brought you here. Stay humble. Stay aware. Stay connected to the truth within you, because that is what will keep you steady no matter how high you rise. And there will be moments ahead. Moments of testing. Moments of challenge. Moments where old thoughts may try to return. But now you know how to handle them. Now you recognize them for what they are. They are not your truth. They are just echoes of your past. And you are no longer living there. You have moved forward. So when those moments come, do not fear them. Face them calmly. Observe them and let them pass. Because they no longer have power over you. You have outgrown them. And that is your true strength. Now take a moment, breathe, and truly feel where you are right now. Not where you used to be. Not where you think you should be. But where you are. There is growth here. There is progress here. There is strength here. Acknowledge it. Own it. Because you earned it. And as you move forward from this point, do it with certainty. Do it with trust. Do it with the understanding that you are not chasing a life anymore. You are creating it. With every thought, every decision, every action, you are shaping your future. And now, you are doing it consciously, intentionally, and confidently. This is your new beginning. Not loud, not rushed, but steady, clear, and powerful. So move forward without fear. Move forward without doubt. Move forward knowing that everything you needed to become, you have already become. And everything you are meant to receive is already making its way to you. Stay aligned. Stay focused. Stay true to yourself, because this is your moment. This is your time. And from here, everything changes.